Okay, so hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. And today in this video, we're doing another episode review for the episode 4 of Cardfight Vanguard Overdress. Before I start into the actual kind of like things that is really interesting in this episode 4, I kind of want to talk about first, like in the past episode or in the episode 3, we see that Danji kind of like retire, quote unquote. And like that's basically the cliffhanger that we get from episode 3. And it's actually a misunderstanding. In the episode 4, they explain it's not really a retire. Danji is still going to be in there, maybe just like the way that I can say it, just keeping his win streak in, and maybe try to be better before he play again. And I think that's basically what Danji actually trying to do, maybe. Who knows, but like that's I think one of the reason I guess that I can say about it. But like the thing is that is really interesting on episode 4 is that like couple foreshadowing, I think that's the best word to say it. It's like a lot of things got explained that we didn't get to explain in episode 3. Technically nothing really happened in episode 4, nothing too interesting, nothing really new, but like this is the information that maybe that we need to know before it actually things going to be started. And like yeah, and within like this anime, and just like I said before in the last review, the way that I see it, like on this anime, is that they try to explain things first before the anime actually start, because like the technical plot line, it shouldn't be started already, because like there is literally nothing happening. There is no direction that you want to go as a main character, but still just kind of like gotta explain things, little things that he see throughout the story basically. And now we got to explain on what the origin of the amusement park in it by itself. So the way that we know about the origin of the amusement park amusement park, basically just it begin on the 3 people, I guess, 3 person. First of all, it's Takumi, Danji, and Megumi. So yeah, they are all families, 3 of them, and like that's where all things started. And like it owned by Takumi give it to Danji. I'm not sure how that works. Maybe it's a family, the one that own it, and then like it passed to Takumi give it to Danji. Maybe it's kind of like that. And the story is just also kind of like foreshadowing to the kind of like things when you play card game in it by itself, read the card, and like in the story Megumi cannot read, just misread it, and like that is stupid. And like that's why, just like I said before, there's no way the plot is already started. It's just trying to explain things with a lot of jokes in it by itself, and self-awareness, of course, where Megumi cannot read. Even when Megumi actually playing a card game, that's all about reading, and like that's really interesting. Now, the other thing that also really cool is that like Takumi is a rich person, and Megumi, we know, it's kind of like a rich kind of girl, and like Danji works in like a lot of part-time job. In my opinion, that within that also this episode give kind of like a little message, I guess, that is really interesting, is that like when you see someone working in like maybe in construction, working in the gardening, and just work in like the kindergarten, or just as labor or something like that, doesn't mean that he is poor, I guess. So I think that's the message. Or maybe because like in Japan, people like that didn't get maybe too much respect, even though some of them maybe not exactly that poor working in that. It's kind of like in the hard labor, I guess. The thing that's also really interesting is that like it's really like maybe I'm not sure what exactly the family thing actually going on, and why Danji didn't exactly look like Takumi, for example, or even Megumi at some point, and like Danji just look like Danji, and that is straight up really interesting. And like even Zaku is also kind of random in the story, and like Zaku is really hilarious also in that episode. Or maybe I'll just talk about it right now, I guess, being that it's not gonna be in order, not really in order, just like the story is really mess anyway, and I'm just going to just take up really interesting things and make it in this episode, basically in this review. That's what I'm gonna say. Episode, well, yeah, it's the same thing, because like there's no way that I can just explain each by story in it by itself. I'm just going to say the things that is really interesting. So Zakusa and Danji just ride a pink tank, really awesome, and JoJo moment right there, where just like Zakuza just so hilarious, just like aye son, he just dropping into like straight to the wall, and like Danji just like stop. I mean like hit the brakes, just like this freeze JoJo moment in the thumbnail, basically awesome. Like that is amazing, and just straight up crash into the wall. It's just straight up really interesting. Also, the things that are also really fun is that like the way that they try to make a barricade with Megumi group, and like Megumi try to make the barricade, and then Yu brings like this water gun and the water balloons, and that is really cool and really also kind of like a very fun way to just do kind of like maybe a protest at some point, kind of like that, and that's really hilarious, just using a water gun and just a water balloon. Really fun, and yeah, it's really good to watch. And maybe most of them are nostalgia also, because like in the past, like when I really are little, it's just having really fun like playing with the water gun and just water balloon with my friend in school. So yeah, that's really interesting, really fun. And the other thing also that is really very interesting, I guess, that I maybe kind of miss out, I suppose. And some people actually said that like this episode also another foreshadowing to, I'm not sure when Danji said this, but like they said that Danji said something along the line kind of like you remind him of someone, and like that's basically one of the reason why Danji it's very have like instant connection within Yu, and like with Yu, which is really interesting, because like maybe I'm not sure why, or maybe like some people said that like maybe it's because that like Danji has someone that looks like Yu maybe, or acts like Yu, that maybe his brother died or his old friend died. That is very interesting, I guess. And like the thing is that like on the episode 4 also, they're foreshadowing a lot of stuff that we have no idea about, and maybe gonna be important in the future episode, and maybe just in episode 4 just keeping in mind some little things, and like not just the amusement park, the Megumi family, because like this is the thing that like Megumi, Danji, and Takumi, I think it's gonna be important in the future. That's really interesting, because like they show kind of foreshadowing that Takumi also play card game, and like who knows what will happen in the future. But like yeah, and Takumi seems like a dick in the beginning, but he actually really nice, because like yeah, of course freaking Megumi just misread everything, so it is what it is. And so yeah, the thing is that also that I also kind of like maybe kind of unique, I guess that's what I want to say, is that like Yu, I'm not sure what they will take in the future within Yu in it by itself, because like you also kind of question basically Danji, that like what will happen maybe in the whenever Danji will going in the forward and stuff like that. And also something about Team Blackout is really interesting, that it is straight up undefeated. It's really interesting, because like maybe they will do a tournament style in the future episode. I think like it begins with that, I think like with Team Blackout, because like at this point we didn't see like Team Blackout on action other than Megumi, Danji, and just that. I guess like Zakuza didn't play yet, and like the Zakuza didn't play yet. The police girls, I forgot the name. Let me check, I guess. So okay, let me check for a little bit. Yeah, Tomari basically. So yeah, Tomari also didn't fight yet. I kind of forgot about Tomari, even though I know the character. They always appear in the opening. It's just like I forgot the name basically, because like she's really rarely there. Yeah, she's a police though, makes sense. And the thing is that is also really interesting is that like maybe also in the future I was kind of thinking about like either it's gonna be a tournament, or we going to just yet again maybe try to know more about the other guy, like maybe Zakuza or maybe Tomari, and maybe two of them basically we are going to get explained about maybe Zakuza first, and then at the end we're going to know about Tomari, and then like at the end of that we're going to have a tournament, or even just one of them, maybe like just Zakuza or just Tomari, and then we just move on to the story. And at the middle of that we're also going to have a character development for the other character, Team Blackout character, because like I think that like of them plays a unique part within Yu story, which is very interesting. Like Zakuza saying that like in the past episode, episode 3, I think, yeah, the episode 3, well, Zakuza said that show your other face, or maybe like your other personality when you're fighting, and Zakusa kind of like mentioned that, and like with Danji also, with the whole amusement park with Megumi have something to do also with Team Blackout existence. And so yeah, there are a lot of things that is really foreshadowing, and of course the Yu Yu part, like what Danji feel, or just like what Danji, like what Yu Yu meant for Danji, basically, kind of like that is gonna be very interesting. We'll see in the future episodes. So I think that's about it, though. I'm not sure what I want to more talk about, like about this episode 4. I think I've talked long enough already, and so yeah, my throat is killing me right now. And the thing is that like one more thing is that like I really looking forward for the future episode, definitely. And if you watch this episode, kind of like this review on the episode 4, if you already come from the episode 1, 2, 3, and 4 in this review, thank you so much for watching. And then don't forget to hit the like, subscribe if you haven't already. And also, if you want to watch my like latest review for the Vanguard Overdress that exists already, episode 3, episode 2, episode 1, go watch it. And also the other thing that was really interesting is that I'm going to make this episode as not really episode, this review video is gonna be a series until the end of Overdress. So if you're looking forward for the maybe 100 episode, like maybe they're going to make 100 episode or whatever episode, I'm going to do an episode review when the thing, like the episode actually released. So that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. And yeah, and I hope you find this video interesting, and I'll see you all next time in the next video. Like, subscribe, bye for now, and have a good day.